Alright. Okay. So, I'm not recording for the tutorial quite yet. There are still a few things I need to take care of. To anyone who is here right now, I have a few things I need to check. First of all, how loud or quiet is the game? It should be fairly quiet. It shouldn't be like, extremely quiet, but it should be like background noise. So that I can always have it running in the background while referring to, my PB as well as Neve's PB and have it not be distracting. Seems fine, okay. Second thing, can you see my mouse cursor right now? Can you see it like moving through the game window right here? Okay, yes, thank you. Can you see this? And can you see this? And can you see my mouse cursor moving right here? I'm listening on earphones. Oh, hey, Neve. Good, you're here. Yes, okay. Can you see... Can you see this? And can you see my mouse cursor again? Just checking through all the things. Yes, okay. Hey, Emily. Alright, that should be all then. Alright, so that's, the game plus my PB plus Neve's PB, and I think that's all, okay. Here we go. Right. Was there anything else I wanted to do before starting? I made sure to check if everything works. Audio seems to be fine, you can see my cursor. Let me reset to the title screen. We may be ready to go. Alright. I guess I'll start the recording in a moment then. And then we'll see. I'm gonna be improvising most of this. Hopefully it should work just fine. It's not gonna be like, it's not gonna be like professional or anything. But 24 hours is a really short game, and so I'll just try and cover all the levels, all the strats, easier, harder ones, and try and have visual references for them. By watching mine and Neve's PB, and then maybe adding some gameplay of my own for the introductory stuff, and maybe some other strats that are not documented in either of those PBs. Alright, let's see. Recording should have started right about now. Alright, so, this is going to be a small tutorial on make a good 24-hour Mega Man level, on the speedrun specifically. This is probably the shortest game in the Magmammal series. It's by far the easiest to get into the speedrun. But there are, you know, still some people out there who've been scared of doing races with us occasionally on account of not knowing the game. So here's like a really quick guide for this game. It's basically, you can get it done in 30 minutes if you know what you're doing. And the game only consists of 9 stages, 6 entries and 3 fortress stages. The category most people run is any % without altar weapons. That actually meaning you have to clear the file every time. How you can notice that your file is cleared is that you won't have these secret instructions below, and you will have no stages cleared. For the purpose of this, I'm going to be using a clear file, and I'll also be referring to my current PB as well as Neve's current PB, who is second, or I guess third, after the world record and me. And yeah, that's basically gonna be it. The easiest way to wipe your save file is to just open the directory you have for 24-hour, and there should be a file called file.sav. So just delete that and then press F2 to reset the game, and then you should be good to go. Don't delete main.sav. If you do, it's not that big an issue, but it'll delete your controls and all of your options that you have set up instead of your file. So just delete file.sav, alright? Let's check the options. You can configure the controls to whatever you'd like. This is for keyboard, this is for controller. If, I'll get to that in a moment. If you're having trouble getting a controller to work with this game like I did, then what you can try and do is add the game to your Steam library. There should be guides on how to do that out there. I don't remember how it's done, but it should be really simple. Like games, and then add Steam foreign game to my library or something like that. And that should let you use any controller you like with this game. I'm personally using a Switch Pro controller, and it's worked really well for me, but you can use anything you like with whatever setup you like. Resolution, set it to whatever works best for your stream if you're planning on streaming your runs. Full screen generally off. Music and sound, configure as you like. VSync, it's better to have this turned off generally. If you have lag issues with the game, this might be the cause of them. It might also not be. There have been some people whom it hasn't done anything for, including me. My lag issues were actually just fixed by upgrading my hardware a while ago now. If you do have lag issues, that is a common thing. I'll mention it again later, but don't get discouraged by that. And yeah, options 2 is just configure this to whatever you like. Damage pop-up basically shows a damage number whenever you hit an enemy. Mega Man color, you can swap between Mega Man 1 through 6, the NES ones, and Mega Man 9 and 10. Look up images, see what you prefer. Charge bar, this displays a secondary bar near your health that shows you how far your current charge shot is full. I like to have this off, but it's free. You can have it on if you like. Show FPS is whatever. Alright. That's the options. Let's cover some gameplay basics before we get into it. So you can see right here there are these 6 stages on the edge, and then there's Wily. Before you unlock Wily, this will just be a circle. After you unlock Wily, it's like a Pac-Man sort of shape, except it's like there's this triangle here. So the mouth is like, it's like a circle but with the mouth on the top left. That's how I like to memorize it. So you go from the top left stage to Wily by pressing left and not right. That'll bring you here. And you can also go from here to Wily by just pressing right. Before unlocking Wily, it's a bit weird, because like, right here, if I press right, I'll go left. And if I press left from here, I'll go right. But it's like basically the top of the circle is like, as you would expect it, and then the bottom's kind of mirrored. Yeah, it's a bit weird. It takes some getting used to, but just know that you can navigate around the entire circle by just pressing one direction repeatedly. And that should hopefully get you where you need to. Another thing worth mentioning is that whenever you go to this menu, the stages will be randomized. So you could have, right now I have this layout. When I press F2 and reset the game, oh, wait, okay, weird. On attempts, whenever you start a new file, you'll have these in a different order. So you can have breaking ground like here, you can have Pollution Park, Air Trick, Flooded Temple. You can have them all shifted. They're all in random positions. Technically speaking, it's optimal to do the stages in whatever order you come across. Like, starting out, you just mash start and do whatever stage your cursor is on. If you want to go in a unified order, you have two options, or, well, you have a bunch of options, but you can either do what stages you consider to be the hardest first, to get them out of the way, or you can go in some order like lowest to highest scoring, or highest to lowest scoring, or whatever, really. It's up to you. If you want to compare against your previous runs, I would definitely recommend going in a unified order, but it's technically less optimal because you'll always be looking for the stages. Right, thank you, that's okay. So yeah, basically, you'll have to look around this for like a second or two to spot which stage you want to do. And then try and search it out. And then I think after you beat a stage, I believe this layout, like where the stages are, doesn't change anymore, but where your cursor is does. Correct me if I'm wrong on this. I actually don't pay much mind to it. Alright. So let's enter Nauseous Greenhouse, which is the lowest scoring level, and I'll show off some basics. So, this is a Mega Man game. This is not a traditional Mega Man fan game because we start with 4 weapons right here: Water Wave, Time Slow, Super Arm, and Shell Spike. We also have 2 utilities in Rush Coil and Rush Jet. And if you ever don't feel confident in using your Quick Swap, then this menu is very fast to open and select your weapon in. This is Mega Man 1's menu, I believe. So you have the following order. You have Buster, Water Wave, Time Slow, Super Arm, Chill Spike, Rush Coil, and Rush Jet. Now, on the stream, you should see in the top left that I've displayed the orders here. 1 and 2, okay. I've displayed the orders. At the top is like exactly what you're seeing right here. So from left to right, Buster, Wave, Time Slow, Super Arm, Chill Spike, Coil, Rush Jet. The bottom order is what I always like to have in mind when it comes to swapping during the run. I basically like to imagine that the Buster is the middle, and then if I need a special weapon, I'm gonna swap right. If I need a utility, I'm gonna swap left. Because this game, in addition to quick switch buttons, there is a hotkey for going back to the Buster, which is pressing both weapon swap buttons at once. And this is incredibly helpful because, naturally, the 2 utilities are right next to the Buster. So, whenever I want to have Rush Jet, and I'm like on here somewhere, Time Slow, Water Wave, something like that, I'll just bust a hotkey and then I'll use I'll press left once or twice depending on whether I want Rush Coil or Rush Jet, basically. These 2 are gonna be your best friends, obviously. And then the other weapons are like, Water Wave is what you would expect from Mega Man 5. It's been buffed a bit, it's actually quite a good damage dealer and we use it a lot. So that one's very good to have right next to the Buster as well. Another good reason to use the Buster hotkey. Time Slow is right after. This one's decent. It gets a bit less usage, because it has this entire animation associated with it, and Rush utilities are also slowed down by it. Well, I guess mostly Rush Jet. So that's like the 2 most important ones next to the utilities, and then you have Super Arm, which is extremely situational, because it only picks up existing blocks and throws them. There's nothing else you can really do with it. And then there's Chill Spike, which we sometimes used, but it's also pretty rare. I sometimes don't even remember whether it's Super Arm or Chill Spike after Time Slow. Really what you need to know is that you have Water Wave 1 swap over and Time Slow 2 swaps over in the right direction, then Coil and Jet one or two swaps over in the left direction. These are the ones you're gonna be using most often. And then the other ones are like in the middle, like this is slot 3, slot 4, and you can kind of get to them however you want, really. That is that. Let's see, I guess I should talk about a bunch of basic techniques first. So there's what I like to call the A and B shot. It's basically pressing jump and fire at the same time like this. And you can see what it does. It makes you fire a bullet low to the ground while you jump. And I don't recall if this is useful in any scenarios in this game, but I might as well get it out of the way. It's a pretty cool technique. If you have like an enemy at low health, that you can shoot from like ground position, you can just do this and then, I don't know, pass level geometry, get on a nearby ledge. You can have like something like this, and then if they were a mecha carrier here, for instance, you would do that. I'll bring it up again if it actually matters in this game. I know it does in Magma 2. Oh yeah, that is true. That's gonna, okay, I'm gonna point it out there again, because I'm pretty sure I do that one in my PB. Then there's what's called a bullet slide. Oh yeah, and I should mention all of these are applicable to weapons too, obviously. There's what's called a bullet slide, where it's effectively the same thing, except instead of jump and fire, you do fire and slide. So you have something like this, where you fire something and then immediately slide. Which this is used far more often, because obviously sliding is generally our fastest means of travel. So we want to slide for as much and long as possible, and we can do things like this, where we'll use a water wave, for instance, or some other weapon, and then slide after it. We just start our slide chain with a bullet slide. So again, fire and just slide, and then chain your slides as best you can. Needless to say, this does not work with time slot because of the associated animation, and I actually think it does work with Super Arm, because unlike in Mega Man 1, you can like climb ladders and slide with it even. But that's gonna be relevant for a couple stages and later. And then another important technique that we're gonna use a few times is called a coil jet, where you summon Rush Coil, and then you're gonna jump on it, and you're gonna swap to Rush Jet and immediately fire that as well, so he comes down while you're still ascending with the upwards momentum from Rush Coil. Then you can land on him like this. That gets you a significantly higher starting position with Rush Jet, and that can be really useful for skipping entire rooms sometimes, or just making certain sections easier if you can do the input. This is easier to do the higher you can place your Rush Coil generally. So from here it'll be slightly easier than from here, because Rush Jet obviously needs frames to travel downwards, and the sooner you can meet him on the way, the better, basically. There are gonna be some times where we'll have to use Rush Coil from pretty low, and so the Coil Jet becomes pretty tight. But there are generally also alternative strats for doing whatever we do with this technique. So I guess it's one of the more advanced ones. If you want to practice, you can do something like this, where you swap back and forth. It's also generally a very good thing to get good at, because there are a few times where we want to press L and then R in quick sequence, but we don't want to have both pressed at once, because that's the Buster hotkey. For instance, in the Top Man fight coming up at the end of this stage, we want to use Water Wave like this a lot, where we use it, and then we swap one weapon over, and then back, so that the weapon gets cancelled off screen, and we can swap back and immediately use another one. That's gonna be used in a few cases as well. So, the earlier you can get good at that, the better. Is there anything else I forgot to mention? If there's any questions so far, always make sure to ask them as soon as possible. Because there is bound to be a lot of things I'm gonna forget throughout this. And if anyone, like me, for instance, who runs the game, has like any input to make, then absolutely do so. Oh yeah, E-tanks. The bottom row here is for E-tanks. Like in between 2 and quit. You can pick up E-tanks in this game. And you can also pick up an M-tank, which then goes in that row as well, further on the right. You can carry 4 E-tanks and 1 M-tank at a time. E-tanks refill your health, M-tanks refill everything, so all of your weapon energy and all of your health. In the actual run itself, if we're going optimally, we'll actually basically never have E-tanks, because at the end of every stage there's a small fanfare that plays and then you get warped out. No, if you swap off of time slot, then it stays. So you can combine it with other weapons, which is nice. But basically you kind of committed to one time slow. At the end of every stage there is a jingle that plays before you can warp out and continue to the stage select. What's optimal to do is actually just complete the stage and then press F2 on the keyboard. This resets the game and you'll get back to the title screen. So you're gonna press start twice and then you're gonna arrive at the stage select faster than you would normally. However, every time you soft reset, all your E-tanks are lost. So it's like, if you're starting out, if you don't feel like going for every second of time save, then absolutely feel free to not do that. Keep your E-tanks and go to something like Air Trick first, where you can pick up an easy E-tank. And only start doing the soft resetting thing later, because it's incredibly fast to get back to the title screen like this, and you get immediate control. With that, I believe that's everything. I guess I can make an offhand mention, yeah. Right, there's one at the start of Breaking Ground that I'll point out. I think it's an M-tank and then there's an E-tank further in. Yeah. If you want to run, the auto weapons category for this game, you'll have to have a clear file and you'll have to press shoot on the weapon menu to swap to the Mag Mammal 2 set. So you have Hornet Chaser, Dual Satellite, Grab Buster with Ult Pallet, which is ugly, Triple Blade, Wire, Super Arrow, and then you have Flash Stopper, you have Slash Claw, Wheel Cutter, which you can travel up walls with, except on one tile ledges it doesn't really work well, Sakugane, and the most important one of all, Match Blast, which is probably what you're gonna be using in its, like, throughout the entire run. No one's really done a serious run of this yet, as far as I know. If you're interested, it could be like a really, really short category and a super broken and fun one, but the most people I've really looked into is without auto weapons, which disallows them. And yes, obviously you can't forget about Skeleton and Pikachu. This weapon does that, and it does, I'm pretty sure it does like maximum damage to everything on screen, so you can use it to instant kill bosses or enemies or whatever. I won't be making much mention of potential strats for this though. I'll keep to what we have in the regular weapon set. Oh, I guess I can mention you can charge this thing. Just in case anyone's not familiar with the Mega Buster, you have like a level of half charge and a level of full charge. Half charges actually do the same amount of damage as lemons. Full charges do 3 damage and pierce everything that is 2 health or below. And that's really it. Not sure if there's anything else I want to mention before we get into level-specific stuff and the tutorial starts. So, if you have any comments to make, any questions, any input, say it now or make your peace? No. What's the saying? Whatever you say at like a wedding. Else I'll be switching to the recordings now. I think we can get started on the Nauseous Greenhouse strats. Alright. You should now be seeing a different window. This is my current PB for the game, and I would consider it to be pretty good. It's 10 seconds away from the world record, so I'll be using it to reference strats a lot. You should also be able to see my mouse cursor, so I can like point out things, and kind of do visual illustrations, although I don't know how helpful that'll be. But let's get started with Nauseous Greenhouse. Oh yeah, you won't have any audio from the PB. You'll only have Nauseous Greenhouse music in the back, or whatever stage we're currently doing. So if you ever want the music quieter, or just turned off entirely, let me know. If you want me to focus only on the gameplay aspect, like if the music in the background becomes annoying. Right. So I spawned on Nauseous Greenhouse and immediately took that. You can see right there, this is the layout I happened to get. Cursor position is random, and all of these can be whatever. It's a bit confusing because you have two levels that Spark made. You'll have to either remember which one is the left-facing one and which one's the right-facing one, or just look at what it says down here. Timing starts on when you press new game on a fresh file. Timing ends on last hit on final boss, as is standard for Mega Man games. Right, so at the start of Nauseous Greenhouse there is something weird. It's like 24-hour runs on, I believe, the Magma 2 Death Kit. And there's a weird oddity when you first start your first stage, your controls will be locked for a bit. So like you can try pressing the slide key while holding down a direction, and you will actually only do dry slides. That's, I should mention, dry slide is a slide without any directional input, so just pressing the slide key pretty much. Or down and jump if you prefer that. So what I always do is, I like to tap forward a few times, so to the right. And like 1 or 2 times should do it, and then press slide, and as soon as you get off this ledge, pretty much you should have unlocked your controls, and you should be moving forward. The way you want to do slide chains is still holding the direction you're moving in between the slides. You never want to chain dry slides unless it's for a specific reason, like to set something up. But you want to be getting the most out of your basic movement. So you're switching to Water Wave right here upon doing this slide and falling down here. Then you want to do a bullet slide right here, have the Water Wave travel and kill the Mecha Kero. And you want to follow up with a good slide chain and just follow that Water Wave basically. This section, you can technically do this without hitting the platform. I'm not sure it makes much of a difference, but I always do a small jump and land on the platform and slide off. It doesn't make much of a difference, if any. So do a couple more slides, and then there is, the screen goes darky for a moment, but all you need to know is that there's just a couple hills, and then once here, just do a slide. You should do a very long slide. It'll automatically become a very long slide because you should hit the ceiling here at some point. So, now there's gonna be tops coming from the abyss. You want to immediately jump on the first one that comes up, so this one. This section is very weird. because it's like, it's extremely janky. This is the lowest place entry, and it's made some very questionable decisions. But what we want to do is we want to have the screen scroll upward by riding this top up here. I've experimented with getting it to scroll up earlier, but it's only this or this which I've found to work ever to get the screen to scroll up. So we'll do this because it's a bit faster. So you're gonna do that, and now you're gonna see I'm gonna summon Rush Jet right here. I already swapped to it beforehand. I'm gonna use it as a platform and immediately get up here. That's a bit of a more difficult strat and immediately potentially causes a reset. So if you don't want to do that, you can either take this platform, or you can wait a bit longer and just jump from like here to here. But it's like at the very start of the run, so if you're looking for some time save, then that one's a pretty easy one to integrate. Slide here, slide here. You can debate when the best time to call Rush Jet here is. I like to do it while I'm in the forwards movement while falling down here. Some people summon him here to be safe. It again really does not make a big difference. So we're gonna climb up here, grab this Yashichi, and this is a teleporter. I don't believe they had anything special in this game. In some mag mammals you can't enter them while sliding or while in iframes. I think these behave fine though. So yeah, this is already the entire level. You want to swap to Water Wave somewhere here and enter the boss fight, and then yeah, the top man fight. This is already kind of a potential fast difficulty spot if you're going for optimal strats. I'll let this play through and then I'll talk about it a bit afterward. Alright, so that was Top Man. How much time is taking teleporter on the left? I don't know. I haven't taken the teleporter on the left in ages. There are multiple teleporters to the exit here, but I'm pretty sure this is just by far the fastest one. So the Top Man fight, his weakness is Water Wave. It does 4 damage, and bosses in Mega Man, as well as you, have 20 health. So you're gonna do 7 hits to kill him. Generally, the most you can do is 2 per cycle after the first one. So generally what people will do starting out is 1 hit on the first cycle, and then 2 hits, 2 hits, 2 hits, and then that'll be 4 cycles in total, and that's not a bad strat at all, but we can fit a bit more in there. Before that, I suppose I should show, what like a beginner top end fight would look like. So you're just gonna do this. This is very basic movement. You should get used to it quickly. I suppose you can do something like this, and just Rush Jet up here if you want to be safe. From there, take the Yashichi, swap to Water Wave, and then all you want to do is, when the fight starts, press the button a couple times to fire a Water Wave, jump over the tops if you feel like you need to. You just got a full heal, so there's no need to actually really worry about running out of health here, but, you know, might as well. And then, what you can just do is like this, just kind of mash the button. You'll see you'll generally not get a third hit in, but this is a very easy way to kill Topman and just get the element. Now, obviously what you saw me get in my PB is a 3 cycle as opposed to that 4 cycle. There are 2 main ways to get a 3 cycle like that. You can get 1 hit on the initial cycle and then 3 hits on both afterwards, or you can even get 2 hits on the initial cycle and then get 3 hits on the one after and 2 hits on the one at the end. So you can do a 1, 2, 2, 2, You can do a 1-3-3, or you can do a 2-3-2. It depends on what you're most comfortable with. I'll put the Nauseous Greenhouse music back on. There it is. So, I'm gonna go over my strat again. Yeah, 2-3-2 is slightly faster if you can do it. I find 1-3-3 to be a slight bit easier to do, but, I'll refer to Nice PB. I've never actually tried it myself. So, we'll see. For the 1-3-3, it's pretty simple. Basically, what you want to do, you want to have the initial hit, and it really doesn't matter what you do. So I dodge the top thread here, and then jump over him, and then I do one water wave. I do my back forth swap, so I swap left and right, or right and left in this case, to time slow and back to get the water wave off screen, and then I do a bullet slide into top man with water wave, pretty much as soon as I can. He has like no iframes, so you can just do that, and you'll be stunned and be knocked back, and these tops will not hit you. And then, as soon as you recover from the knockback, you should be able to fire a third water wave and just barely get that hit in. I guess one thing that's worth mentioning, you can see the water wave going in here and like dropping down at the edge. There's actually a slide gap right here. I don't know if it kills you though. I guess that's just a thing you should be aware of. And then I basically go over to the other side and repeat the exact same thing. So right, left, and then bullet slide into him, and then as soon as I recover, fire another one, and then another slide into the element, and then we're done. And then I press F2 to reset. Now, let's take a look at what Neve does. I have to get through to Nauseous Greenhouse first. I see he puts this way at the end, because, well, it's one of the easiest stages in the run, so it makes sense. Okay. That's air trick. Wait, no, Topman's Broken Greenhouse is here somewhere. It's such a short stage. Yeah, okay, here we go. Alright. So I'll let this play out. One hit here, and then he gets real close to Topman. Dodges the tops like so. Like, stands here while they go here. Just good slide chains, and then gets a second hit in. And then the strat is effectively the same. He drops a water wave on Topman mid-jump right here, which is kind of optional because you cannot get more than 3 hits per cycle. But yeah. This basically allows you to finish the fight just a tad faster, because you don't have to do 3 hits on the last cycle, you just have to do 2. So that's like a thing. If you want to do it, go for it. It doesn't seem all that bad to do. If not, stick to the 1-3-3 kill, or even the 1-2-2-2 kill. Whatever you're most comfortable with. Alright. That is already Nauseous Greenhouse done. Like I said, you don't have to do the soft resetting, especially if you want to keep your E-tanks. You can also put this at the very end, because it's super easy and short, and there's like nothing to mess up. So yeah, only do this first if you really want to go from lowest to highest scoring like I do. Alright. Following that order, 5th is Pollution Park. This is already a huge difficulty spike and should probably be done quite early. Pollution Park is a rough one with a bunch of rough strats. I'll try and talk through it a bit here. So, I'm gonna put my PB on again. At the very start, you want to swap 2 times to the left to rush coil, and then summon rush coil somewhere about here. Doesn't really matter, just jump on him and coil up the ladder. That's optional, but it's very easy and it saves a bit of time, so there's no reason not to go for it. This next screen, there are like a lot of possible approaches. I immediately go back to Buster on the transition right here, then there's gonna be a cannon that spawns right here. I'm gonna jump, and then I'm gonna, let's see if I can slow this down. I'm gonna jump, and now I'm gonna fire once during the ascent right here of my jump. I wanna jump about as high as for my Buster to reach like the peak of this cannon. So I'm gonna fire once during my ascent, then I'm gonna fire about once at the peak, and then another one as I descend. This was actually quite close. It's not that difficult though. These cannons take 3 shots, so that's a way I found to defeat them well. I'll have to check what Neath does, but there are a lot of different strats. The world record also has very unique strats for this. So then, slide if you want to, like on this section. And from the third shot, the one I did during the descent down here, I actually started holding the fire button to charge up a charge shot. That's gonna be used on this cannon. Might as well go back to, I guess, 75%. So then, from there, the rest is kind of simple. I again hold a charge shot from here, do little basic movement, shoot this cannon, another one that goes on this cannon, and then make sure that you get this jump. You don't want to come up short on this jump and be knocked into the pit. That would just be terrible. And then let's take a look at what Neath does. I think he does this first, so yeah. It can be a pretty reset heavy stage. There it is. So alright, there's something similar. Gets all shots during the descent, I think. Starts working with charge shots here. And yeah, cleans out the room in the same way. I believe, like, after you get rid of this one, you can, like, swap to Water Wave here, for instance. Get this cannon with a Water Wave. And then, I believe what the world record does is switch to Chill Spike, and it jumps like so. And then, somewhere here, it fires 3 Chill Spikes down on this cannon. And then, I think it does something similar to the last one. It's been a while since I watched it, though. So, really, don't be sad if you mess that room up. It's a kind of tough one. Get used to it at your own pace, and do whatever you like to get through it. Now, moving on. I swapped to Jet right here. Let's go back to normal speed. You basically have a choice right here. You want to summon a rush utility somewhere here. If you want Jet, it's gonna be like somewhere here. If you want Coil, it's gonna be like anywhere here, really. It hardly matters. Coil is easier. You have way more leniency as to where you place it. Jet is a bit more difficult because you need to jump on and off it right here, and there's a junk block coming from here. It's a bit faster to do with Jet because you get less air time than with Coil, which allows you to slide like here, and get a little more slide time as opposed to Coil, which would land you like here or something. It's not a big deal really, but it's a possible optimization. So what I do is summon Jet, and then while Jet is still on screen, I do 2 shots against these 2 blocks to clean them out. Keep sliding. You can do the same thing with Coil, except, like I said, you're gonna be a bit slower, so there might be a 3rd junk block coming down already. Just be wary of that. This one, just regular Buster. This one you have a lot of freedom again. The easiest thing to do is probably summon Jet somewhere here, and then have it go far up so that it's like half off the screen already. And then Mega Man should not be hit by newly spawning junk cubes from these anymore. I'll use that in the later part of this stage. But you can also already do it here and just like go through this entire section basically until the end and not have to worry about anything. It's a bit slower because you miss out on a lot of potential slides. So what I do here is I use Water Wave and clean out all of these, plus this cannon, and then this one kind of sucks, honestly. In this PB I seem to have gotten it and then backed it up. You can like jump close to it, release a Water Wave, and you can kind of get it. It shoots at you, you might get hit, it's not a big deal. Then I do something similar, except obviously from here I don't have as much time to go up as I would like. So I actually jump over the junk cube spawning right here, and it should still, yeah. I make that, and I can swap away from Jet and continue sliding right here. If you ever get knocked off of Rush Jet here, you get knocked by a junk block, you fall back here. If you land on the spikes, don't panic. You can literally just jump out. You have water here, so your gravity is low enough for you to just make this jump. All you need to do is not panic. Alright, let's watch Neefs approach that screen, because, I think it's a little different than what I do. Alright, so he summons Jet about there, that's also a possibility. This, and then he cleans these out with Buster. Cleans the bottom one out with Buster, and then deals with that one in a similar way. You can already get some like pot shots in on these while dropping off the ledge earlier. So that makes it so they only take 2 or 1 shot. And yeah, that is a potential strat you can do. Then I guess he does the same here. Oh no! Okay. He actually intentionally takes a hit, but because he steered Rush Jet up all the time, it still caught him. And then he cancels, like that cancels the knockback, then he swaps off of Jet and falls down here, and then we continue. Yeah. These PBs all have commentary, so yeah, I think it would be rather distracting to like have it quiet like 90% of the time when I'm explaining, and then have me or Neef butting in with something completely random in my great tutorial here. Alright, next section is also next section is also a bit of a tough one, because again, there are several approaches to this, and it's a bit up to luck with the junk blocks, it feels like. This is a free screen, obviously. But then here... Wait, this is Neef's PB, I'm currently advancing. This is a bit of a free screen. I have Water Wave equipped here, and I like to do one tiny jump right here on the ledge. And that's gonna take out this cannon, as well as these two. And with good enough slide chains, you can make it all the way down here, with basically just that. It's tight, but I believe this is the fastest option. Now what Neef does, is I believe he uses the Buster again. And he just jumps down above, like beyond the cannon, and busts the blocks down as he goes, yeah. So that's, I guess, a bit safer if you can make sure to try and land all the blocks, like all your hits, and then the tower is just gone. If you really want, you can also just, stand in front of the tower, bust them all down, and then go, if you don't care about going that fast. Again, you have a lot of freedom of choice here. Right. So now we get to these free screens. These are very interesting, because these have, we've recently started to integrate a lot of interesting water wave strats here. I basically use one as soon as I enter this room, and it's gonna somehow destroy these 2 blocks right here. I don't really know how it works, but it does that, and it's very useful. So when you're here, you want to swap either one to the left or use the Buster hotkey, and then fire 2 times, not too quickly. If you do it too quickly, like you'll hit this one, and then your next lemon will pass through and not hit this one, but it hit this one. And you want these 2 out of the way. So do that, and then jump over here, swap to Water Wave again, and watch its magic do the work in the rest of the room for you. It just clears out this entire section somehow. Don't ask me. Wait. Wait, hold on. What? Oh, I was using Neve's PB. Alright. Well, I guess I'll just show you a demonstration of what it looks like in the end. So, like I said, instant Water Wave right here. It'll clear out these blocks. Then swap to Buster and clear out these two. Not too fast. And there I was too fast, and that's what happens. And so, make sure you destroy these two. And then Water Wave again and watch it clear out all of this. That sometimes happens where it doesn't destroy all of it. I'll show it again in Neve's PB. But you can destroy all of these with one swift Water Wave and fall down here. Neve. Right. So I'll show it again here. This is like pretty much how it's supposed to be done. So do that, these two, and then just watch this Water Wave eat up all of these. It's pretty insane. Sometimes, if you drop down here too early, like too fast after using the Water Wave up here, you'll get knocked back by some block falling. I don't really know how it works, but just be a little mindful. Maybe try slowing down a little. Another thing. Yeah, it's honestly a lot of the things with Water Wave. I don't really know how they work. They don't make sense to me, but it's just these are definitely the fastest ways to get through here. So, again, immediately use a Water Wave right here, and it should clear out these and this cluster right here of 3 blocks. And then once you get to right here, you should do a small slide jump because this block will also be gone. Like a small slide jump off here from here, and you shouldn't get hit by this, and you should be able to make it down here just fine. So then swap to... Oh, you have a choice here. Either swap to Buster, you can also switch, or not switch, stay on Water Wave and just clear out these two. Or you can even do this with Chill Spike, because you're gonna need it in a moment. So basically, set yourself up right here on the right half of this block somewhere. Switch to Chill Spike and then fire one, and it should hit this block and destroy it. And then what I like to do is fire 2 in this position, so that the second one drops somewhere here, and with good positioning, it'll like form that spike on the ground and hit this one and kill it instantly. Then you don't have to worry about it. If it doesn't do that, then you can just drop down here, fire it 3 times, and then move on your merry way. It's not a big deal, really. Let's see, do I have this in my PB? Oh wow. Wow, that's terrible. No, okay. I was too far to the left right here, so it hit this block instead of this one initially. I have a video up on YouTube that shows like optimum movement for these screens. Now we come to the last one. This one we thought the longest time was like unskippable, or rather like uncheesable in such a big way, but it turns out it's actually pretty easy to do so. What you do is swap to Water Wave, use it on this block to get rid of it, and then... Wait. Oh, this is before? Okay, this is before that was found. So this is what we used to do, and this is what you should no longer do, because it's really awkward to do. I'm pretty sure Neve's PB has this, though. So there's some free time save for you on the second place. So, again, use Water Wave to destroy that, or just destroy both of these any way you like. Get down here. And then you want to use Shield Spikes up against some wall, and that'll basically destroy the block below you. And so you can just go down here and not have to worry about the entire rest of the room. Small word of warning, you saw that last chart fire right there, it's inside the block now. If you go a little too fast on the screen, that'll be, like, it'll already be aimed downwards and you'll get hit right here. So, you can intentionally slow down a little, or if your movement is just not good enough, it'll not happen. Because it's pretty difficult to do it fast enough for you to get hit. Just a thing that you should be worried about. Yeah, 10 seconds and a huge headache. Because, one thing I should mention, like, you see this right here? You would think you can slide over this if the block is gone. But no. In this engine, you actually just cannot slide across one tile gap. You'll drop in. And it makes a difference in the last Wily stage. It's kind of bad. So make sure to do that. For this next section, I'll show my strat first. I think it's a bit simpler. Basically right here... Wait, this is Neve's PB again. I'm using the wrong one. Right here, I'll switch to Coil. And, I'll summon it down right here and do a Coil Jet. This one's pretty easy. You're like 3 blocks up here. So this allows me to, like I said, get Rush halfway off the screen, and then not have to worry about any of the junk block dispenses. And I'll just go on my merry way right here. And I'll drop down right here, cancel about here. Make sure you're past the pipe. And then I'll switch to Water Wave and have that clear out most of this section. Yeah. This guy is a problem. He does not get hit by said Water Wave, and so you'll need to get rid of him some other way, or you need to get rid of him. I'm pretty sure... Oh, okay. You can like slow down a little, do a little jump and fire another Water Wave after canceling the other one to get rid of this guy. Or what I think I like to do, just press left once, jump, and get rid of this guy with a Buster Shot. I think you can also use Time Slow at some point earlier after dropping down, and then that'll make you fast enough to get just over him, but I don't know if it's consistent. So then this section, this is a lot easier if you do use Time Slow earlier. You want to get across, you're gonna get up here somehow. Either with like a very good positioned jet jump, or just by putting like Coil somewhere here and then you barely make it in before this one drops on top of you. I would recommend starting out with Time Slow over there, and then you should be easily able to set up a Coil to get in here. So let me show Neve's strat for this. In this earlier section, he starts out by cleaning a lot of the junk blocks, using a charge shot on this guy. And that allows him to get more slide timing, and it also makes it so you don't have to do a Coil Jet. It's easier, it's probably a bit faster, but the other one was what I was used to. And I believe he drops down right here, and uses this to just slide off, get a little extra slide distance and save some time. So definitely do that if you're looking for a more optimal strat. Alright, he still chooses to not just slide here, so yeah, just take care of one of them either way you like, and then Rush Coil like right here, and get in. Okay, this next part, you get a checkpoint right here, in this little corridor. But this next part is potentially the most difficult in the stage. You can do this in an easy way. You can just wait for the splash platforms in the walls, and you can platform them as intended, like here. Or you can do Coil Jets all the way. In this screen you can also do one, but it basically doesn't save any time, so you just do that. But in the next screen, you want to summon Jet. This is not a Coil Jet yet, just summon Jet and steer him upwards, and then save a bit of time here. And then here is where it starts getting problematic, because you have to do this Coil Jet from 2 blocks up, which is tight. So I summon Rush Coil on the left right here. Make sure you're holding left on the ladder if you want to do this. And then immediately swap to Jet, and you can barely make it onto him, and up here. And then do effectively the same thing in the next room. Here you'll need to be... Your execution needs to be good, because else Rush might actually bonk into the spike, even if you hold up the entire time. If you don't want to do all of that, you have the option of just doing the splash platforms normally. That's not much slower, but you also miss out on a lot of swag points. Of course, there's no shame in doing it normally, but this saves like, I think 10 seconds if you get both, probably, as an estimate. And it looks really, really cool. So yeah, try and get familiar with it. Definitely like make sure that your setup is right. Make sure you're holding the correct direction on like the ladders here. Left on the first one, then right on the second one. And be quick. Don't hesitate. Don't fear failures or anything. If you happen to like, you see that your rush coil is coming down on the wrong side, and you get scared, you can climb down the ladder and reset the screen. And then you can get a new try. So either that, when you see you're failing, or you just do the splash platforms as a backup, but that might be... It might get quite chaotic depending on how used you are to doing it. So it's like, do whatever you prefer, basically. Alright. Metal Man, this is pretty easy. You want to stand a specific distance away from him. You want to stand like, you want to be jumping like, about here somewhere. And then your chill spikes should land beneath him. You want to hit him with the spike trap part, and nothing else, because that does the most damage. So like, take the hits as needed, have it so that the recoil always knocks you into this part, if you can, and just, always try and have 3 spikes right here. When all of them are gone, do another jump, and, try and refresh them. There's a bit of luck here. Metal Man has one of 3 jump heights. Low, middle, high. And he starts jumping and doing stuff whenever you get close to him, like you pass like the middle of the screen. So don't do that. And he'll also start jumping whenever you start firing the new one. So you press B again. Like he waits for your fire input. So yeah, try and manage this as best you can. It's not that difficult. You also, I guess I should mention, you have the option of suiciding in the boss corridor by pressing 2 on your keyboard. Not F2, 2, the number 2. That'll give you your health back at the cost of like the time it takes to take a death. You can do that pretty much whenever you know you hit a checkpoint. So I'll try and point those out. It can be useful in one stage in particular. But I believe that is basically all of Pollution Park. Feel free to ask questions again, or correct me if I missed anything. Cause I know this is one of the most difficult levels in the run, so if you have anything to add, do it now. Yeah, that is true. If he does the low jump, it's possible he tanks one of your globs while they are like flying across. It's really only a small time loss. I think he takes like 1 damage as opposed to 3. I don't know. I don't remember the exact damage tables, but yeah, that's a small possible time loss that can happen. All right, let's move on to what's next? Oh yeah, air trick, right. I forgot that there was something in between that and the ace box stages. 1 damage as opposed to 4 even, yeah. But it's really just down to luck, so. Air trick. So, this is the stage you should probably be doing first if you don't want to do any like resets on element grab, and you want to keep an E-tank because there's a super easy one to grab here. This stage is very basic. I like to swap to Jet immediately, do a bit of basic movement, summon Jet right here, do a Jet jump. if you're not comfortable doing jet jumps like that, just make it rush coil or even just use the platform, really. And you should be good to go. You probably don't want to take this screen transition while sliding, or you want to cancel it out immediately by holding left, because you have a tight ledge here and you want to summon Rush Jet again. So, hold down, make it across this, then jump over, and then, if you want the E-Tank, at all, then go like this, and this, and this. If not, like if you're doing the resets, then just go this, it's slightly faster. There's wind in the screen. There's no visual indicator for this, but in these free open areas in a couple screens, there is a wind. It was pushing me to the left here. And in these like enclosed areas with the background, that wind does not affect me. That'll come into play later. This is super simple, sliding forward. I like to swap to Water Wave here. I believe Neve does Chill Spike. But yeah. These birds are gonna be coming down, and I like to clear them out with Water Wave. Like so, with another Bullet Slide. And then, here I actually like to not slide. I think it's very risky to do so. And then, once you're across these gaps, because these are all wind affected jumps, here you can safely start sliding again. Alright, let me quickly check what Neve does here. Like, I believe he used to be doing Chill Spike strats, and they're not any slower, they're just different. Use Water Wave. Oh yeah. I guess let me quickly look at the section. Yeah, okay, so he also does Water Wave. But basically what you want to do is you have Chill Spike here, and then you just mash out a couple against these birds. And, it feels like Chill Spike is slightly less consistent, because it deals with less possible patterns, but if you want to go for it, feel free. Really, do whatever floats your boat. I suppose you could even do like time slow up here so the birds don't reach you, but there is no point. Because the wind's pushing you forward, which is good. And that effect is going to be slowed down, which is something we want later on. Alright. Back to my PB. So, switch to coil, summon it somewhere here, and then move on. This screen, it's worth noting, you have hit a checkpoint here already. And if you suicide right here, you'll respawn in the next row. As of right now, this isn't useful, but it's something that Neve discovered a while ago, and it might lead to something more game-breaking later, maybe? If we can figure out something. So just do that, it's super simple. And now, I like to switch to time slow right here. And you can actually do a super simple strat right here. In this next screen, because you can actually just slide on the ceiling of the previous screen right here. So, don't need to worry about the lyrics, about the birds, about the platforms here. You can actually just slide across this entire distance. It's fully safe. There are no missing blocks in here that you need to be concerned about. And jump up here. Now what I like to do, I like to use time slow mid jump right here as I'm jumping up here. That makes it so it slows down the wind effect in the entire next screen, and then it runs out again when I need to use Rush Jet. You can opt to not do this, especially if you're already experiencing lag in some stages. But I feel it helps a little. Because the platforming here becomes less stupid, and there's also just the added benefit of the wind not pushing you back at the cost of watching the time slow animation. So do that, a bit of basic platforming, swap to Jet, and then summon it in this screen from this platform. Go up here. This screen, this is like, it's hypothetically faster to do this on foot, but I feel like I'm very inconsistent with it. So what I like to do is just summon Jet here and Jet across, and then start sliding here as soon as I can. And now we come here. This is like something where Flash Stopper could potentially be useful if you use it like frame 1, but this is basically an auto-scroller. Do whatever you like. My strat is this. I like to camp in the hole and have shield spikes on both sides. This is not very optimal, because optimally you would want to try and get as little drops as possible, and this leaves you very open to just get drops from the lyrics. So I'll show what Neve does here. Oh, okay. Wow. I'll show what Neve does here, because I believe he does it in a different way. Yeah. He basically stays on the side right here, and just shoots them with charge shots, half charges, whatever, just so they don't drop on you. And then, like, when you feel, you kind of get a feel for this. Nice to shoot you, drop Neve. You feel that this time is about to run out, then go here and just tank them. The next boss is Toadman. You're not realistically gonna die. You can cut that even closer to take less damage. Yeah, do whatever you like. Some people do Shield Spike, Buster, Water Wave, really whatever. Sadly, there's no way to skip it yet. If someone can find one, then you have my eternal thanks for making the world record basically free to get. But yes. That's effectively that. Toadman, well, it's Toadman. He functions the same as in Mega Man 4, except his weakness is Water Wave now, so you just want to keep that on him at all times. It's random here whether he actually jumps, or like he just fakes you out. So you want to weapon cancel, back and forth here, always use Water Wave, and then, like sometimes he just like does a little twitching motion and stays. Sometimes he'll actually jump. You just want to react. That's all. I believe, like, in my PB, I actually get a very passive Toadman, so, let me try and show that. Obviously, the more passive he is, the faster. So, if you can get something like this going, which is completely luck-based, then, congratulations on your air trick gold. Alright, again, super simple stage. I think that was almost perfect, yeah. If you have anything to add, anything to ask, ask away. Else we're gonna be moving on to 4th place. Right, X Factory. Alright, this is the first of like Ace Box stages, so you'll have to watch out on the stage select screen because the two are identical except for facing direction. The one that faces right is X Factory, the one you want to do first in this order, and the other one is Flutter Temple, which is the 2nd place entry. You just... Honestly, I just read the text, I don't memorize this, it's barely any time loss. Alright. So, X Factory. This is one of the tougher stages, I think. There are a bunch of different approach you can take to a lot of things here. I'm gonna show my strat starting out and then probably go over a lot of others. I switched to Water Wave at the start right here, and I'm gonna use it to kill all of the first cannons. So just drop it on here, then continue sliding, jump over the spring head, drop it right here. It doesn't even matter if all of them hit this, it just dies. Then onto this one, and then here I bust a hotkey and then go one to the left to Jet, and Jet jump up here. You don't need to do this technically, but I think it's pretty easy. The alternative is obviously pushing this down, having this go up, because this uses the Mr. X free gimmick. Yeah, okay, you do need to be mindful about drops when using Water Wave strats right here. Because this game, I guess I should mention, this game has a built-in energy balancer. So if you use any weapon energy and then pick some up, even if you're not on that weapon, or at least I think it does, it would automatically get redistributed and still cause you that lag. And this game doesn't have an option to turn it off, unlike later mag mammals, like make the refills instant. Right here I switch to water wave again, and I drop it like mid-jump here. I abused this hole in the ceiling, and I jumped a bit early here, but the idea is that you jump somewhere here, you drop the water wave, and you kill the crystal Joe and jump over its crystal and continue sliding. I'll go over the other potential strats for this in a bit, because there is a lot of potential strats you can do. I opt to go pacifist in this entire room. This is tight. You have this magnet pulling you to the left, and you want to land on this spring head facing right. So you want to like try and hug this wall and then do a right tap. And if it works, I think it looks like this. And then you want to immediately slide as you recover and jump up here. You'll get pulled in by the magnet and you'll be able to jump up here and here, hopefully within your iframes from this guy. This is a super tight room to get optimally. There's a chance you'll take a bunch of hits in the first rooms. It's just something you're gonna have to practice a lot. This room, I guess I'll mention this early. You can just use Rush Jet right here and jet across this. It's very easy. You can get some slight magnet pull speed from these, if you do this somewhat optimally. You can like drop here, jump here, and then finish. That's what you wanna do. You'll get slight magnet pull from here on the first one, but I think it's still a bit faster to do it like this. But really, starting out, you'll probably wanna do jet. Definitely do jet right here. Keep it glued to the ceiling and then just swap off of it once you're past the cannon. And this spring head, you can barely make this with the magnet pulling you in. So you have a tight jump to make right here, and then you have another tight like cycle to pass this guy. But it's actually not as difficult as it looks, I find. You just kind of let yourself drop here, immediately jump, and then you pass him. Again, easy to mess up, but it's a... What does that mean, Jupi? It's an easy strat to do, I find. On this room transition, you want to hold right carefully. You want to drop onto this, and immediately start pushing it down. But you also get pulled in by these magnets. So this is like dangerous. If you want to first drop here, do that. Maybe get rid of this cannon with a shot. But when you're here, these don't see you yet. So push this down, be careful. This is not easy, but you should go until it's pretty much all the way down. And like there's a bit of leniency here, but I wouldn't want to stress it, because if you like get here and it turns out that the thing is not all the way pressed, then it really sucks to go back and push this down like the last remaining bit. So just while doing this, take out the cannon if you haven't already, and move on. This... oh, it's a song. I do something that I wouldn't recommend to anyone else here. I do a tiny right tap, while there's still like a potential... oh wait, no, I don't do it here. But basically, I already tap right, way earlier than I need to right here, and I take out this cannon with a shot. You can really just opt to ignore it completely, and like, start holding right super late, and just be on your merry way through this room. You just want to get rid of this one, but you can also do that from here. Technically, you can also do a slide jump from here, but I wouldn't want to risk it. The punishment is death, and it saves probably like a second or so. Just take the ladder. Just hold up and right. This is a checkpoint room. And then, well... Here's where we start using time slow again. So you want to jump across this. There's a cannon enemy right down here that we are aiming to hit. And there are spikes down here. There's a bed of spikes. These fireballs are thankfully on a local cycle. So no matter how you did so far, you can still do consistent strats here. So what you want to do is, like, throughout the checkpoint room and here, you want to switch to time slow. And then you want to bonk this enemy by going off this wheel and holding right. And the knockback should put you on the spikes. And then you want to go left and slide into a one-tile gap, which in this case it kind of comes in handy that you cannot slide across one-tile gaps in this game. So you want to do that, and as soon as you start falling, use time slow. And then hopefully this cycle should line up perfectly for you to get through these two with good movement. If your movement is even a little bad right here, like you missed the platform jump, your slide chaining isn't good, you like bonk here or something, then it's probably not gonna work. It's not that big a deal. You can wait for the fireball, or you can damage boost through because time slow is active, but this is like the optimal strat. This, I should mention, is super easy to do, provided you have the health to just damage boost, but if you don't, just take a death with 2 in the checkpoint room. The reason the strat is so nice is because it perfectly sets up this room as well. You want to have time slow for this entire room, and then you want to have it run out right here. So, when you have time slow active, you'll barely be able to make this jump across this guy, as well as this jump across this guy right here. It's like, it requires pretty good movement. These are not easy to get across like that, but it feels very good to pull off, and it's just exactly what you want to do. If you do not feel like doing this, pull out Jet right here, and just spawn it on the floor, jump on it and hover across these two. You just want to not die, really. That's the most important thing. This screen, again, you can just summon Jet, like right here somewhere, probably jump a little so you don't get in the way of this, but you can just Jet across all of this, and it's honestly no faster than what I do here, which is this. It's honestly a bit silly of a strat. There's not much point in doing it, since I still summon Jet anyway. You can make this jump, I believe, but the ceiling here is solid. So you don't want to like bonk on it and then like scratch these spikes barely. It's a painful feeling. So do whatever feels consistent to you, and probably don't do what I do here. Start charging up a shot right here and use it on this cannon right here, and then as soon as you feel comfortable going here, like as soon as you feel you have enough space, just go and do a jump right here. You should always make this because you get pulled to the right. It's not that tight. And this last part is an auto-scroller. The most you can do here is avoid drops. So if you get drops from any of these, the auto-scroll is slow enough for you to always find an alternative solution, basically. I actually avoid the life right here, because it would refill my health. In Magmammal, lives refill your health, generally. Unless you're playing Magmammal 1. But yeah, avoid all these drops with Rush Jet or whatever tools you need, and just make your way through to the end. This section I like to use Rush Jet like late here, so that I can guarantee make it across all of these, and just drop in here without having to worry about the spring head. Clear these out, Rush Jet again, and yeah, just be on your way. This... It's stupidly hard to get optimal movement for this, but I think the best is just trying to slide on all of these, except probably this one. It's like, it's stupid levels of optimization, just don't worry about it. And that's X Factory! Alright, we shall now go back to Neath and talk about some other strats. X Factory. Where is it? Right here. Okay. So there are mostly things towards the start I want to cover. You can opt to immediately start charging a shot right here, without switching away from Buster. Then use it to kill this cannon. Or, these only take 2 shots, so you can also just do 2 lemons. But the hitbox is as small as it looks pretty much, so I would recommend Water Wave for sure. Neath uses Buster right here. You can kill these 2 in 1 shot. Do that if you like. Again, I would recommend doing this. It's pretty easy. And just in general, jet jumps like these are very good to just know how to do. So practice those for sure. Right here, you have the option of going Buster against this guy as Neath does, Water Wave as I do, or you can switch. Like you can keep Jet from here and just Jet over this guy. It's really not that big of a difference either way you do it. Oh, okay. I see. Well, this screen, you can opt to take it slower. You can like, I guess you can opt to let the spring head pass and then shot the Crystal Joe, and then like take a damage boost off of him and not have to worry about him. But yeah, do what I showed earlier. I guess maybe you can kill him well with Water Wave. Jet over here, and then I think we've covered all for this stage. I think so, yeah. Yeah, don't do whatever this is, please. Please be on your way safely, just jet across the entire room. There's little point trying to micro-optimize right there. Yeah. Try to kill the upper cannon with a Buster if I do. I don't believe so, no. Cause it's just, if we have to jet anyway for like the last part, then it shouldn't save any time, I don't think. Cause like walking speed and jet speed is the same, but we have to stop a little to get on jet, and it shouldn't matter where from. So that's that. Any more questions? Any more input? Feel free to do that now. This is not one of the most difficult ones, but definitely ones where this is a stage where it's really easy to mess up. Alright, next up is Flooded Temple, and I would say this is the worst stage in the run. That stage is terrible. Flooded Temple. Again, there are a lot of possible strats for a lot of this. Let's see, so. Let me see it, yeah. Starting out, I switched to Water Wave. You can also opt to stay on Buster and like do a jump here, kill this guy immediately. I actually hate this ring. It's positioned very badly because there is a steam thing right here, and it pretty much hits you like 90% of the time because you have to try and fit in here, and that's way more difficult than it seems. It's possible. I think it's easier if you have a lower vertical speed, but it's terrible. Then right here, don't do that. Make sure your entire Water Wave is on this part and you can kill the Colton. Coltons are easiest to take out with a Water Wave. One full one will take them out. Not like that though. And yeah, don't be me, okay? So, I'm already like half down. Here you can opt to use Time Flow. And I'm pretty sure there's a specific cycle you can make where you get across this just fine without getting hit here. But I just like improvised at that point. This level is terrible to route out because these themes are on a global cycle as opposed to a local one. And so that means they're gonna be doing their cycles all the time you are in this level, basically. It's not a good time. It's not a good time. I tried to do something specific. I'm pretty sure I failed it in this PB because of what happens at the start, but your performance definitely greatly matters in how you get through the rest of the stage because of one specific point. So grab these if you need to, and you probably will. Jump over this guy. Memorize all of the shield attacker positions in this level. They're bad. I use a bullet sight right here to kill this Telly, or Telly Ring, whatever. And then switch to Water Wave and kill this Colton. And then, this might not seem like it, but I'm pretty sure what's fastest to do right here is actually just to rush jet over this entire section. Because it's incredibly bad to traverse on foot. It's like really slow. You can jump over there. There's no ceiling here. So you can jump up there, and if you jump off the edge, not drop, jump off the edge, you'll hopefully land in the wave bike right here. This is like an auto-scroller, so as soon as you've killed these two tellies, start holding left, so you can end the auto-scroller as early as possible. Do 2 swaps to the left to get to coil, and don't do what I did and swap over to the right. And you should be able to pass this Colton's first left and second left bullet. Now what I do here, to arrive at a later point at a specific time, and to make this a bit easier on myself, is I use time slow. And, oh, I don't, okay. Usually I'll go and do 2 slides to pick up these. And, then I'll either try and go up here, kill it from here. This Colton is super difficult to kill. Or I'll even try and do it from here if I feel like it, but it's tough either way. Time slow should pretty much ensure you don't get, like these shield attackers don't get in your way at all though. This, you want to just coil onto this battery. Nothing special about it. These tornado batteries are Magmammal 2s. So they always force you to do a full jump off of them, and they are terrible to work with for the most part. In this room, you might actually be able to save some time by using time slow earlier, like before the screen transition, and then dropping down here quickly onto this battery. I haven't actually tested it yet, so it's just a thought for now, but keep it in mind, I guess. I just wait right here. I have rush coil at the ready, and I do 2 jumps right here. Second one, I summon rush coil right here, and then go up here. Yeah, I guess so. The coil jab would be very hard to do, but potentially time saving in this room. So if you're like, you're at the very bottom here, so it's gonna be difficult to do, but I think it can be done, and I guess you wouldn't have to fall as far. Yeah. So yeah, there's 2 potential optimization strats, I guess. Make sure what you do with these is consistent, above anything else. This is a checkpoint room. Second auto-scroller, just memorize this as best you can. Memorize the important shield attacker positions and trying to not get hit by them. Also, there's some weird things that can happen with this wave bike. When you like, you try and jump on ledges, sometimes it can like weirdly clip you up. It's weird. Be aware of it. What I like to do, I'll point this out again later, but when jumping up ledges, I'll actually try and hold back against the flow of the auto-scroller to try and hopefully prevent it. That shield attacker is stupid. This guy, do this as best you can. The hitbox is tiny, just yeah, just do this as best you can. There was no really good strat for it, sadly. Hold right here. Don't try anything funny here. Just hold right. And then as soon as you're safely up here, start sliding. There's some funny business that can happen right here, where if you try and jump out of the wave bike somehow, you won't make it up, and you'll die, and you'll be back at the last checkpoint. I'm pretty sure you get another one here. And what I would recommend to anyone, really, is to take a death right here. So press 2, and this will reset your global cycle. And it gives you a very good cycle for the next section. It's possible to hit this cycle with the strats I do, if you execute them decently. But basically what you're aiming for is you want to kill this ring, somehow. And you want to get up here, and the cycle should be such that you get like free passage for here. And then at here you'll have to wait. And as soon as this one goes off again, use time slow, and you should have free passage through. That's the cycle you'll get when suiciding. So it's a bit of time loss since you can get the cycle in another way, but really, it's so much easier. It leaves you with so much more health. Just do it. I'm pretty sure Neve does it, so don't do whatever I do. Definitely pick that up. Then yeah, I got screwed right here. This is what happens if you don't do that, and if you mess up the intended route for this. Like if your movement is just bad, or if something like, even if you just got unlucky on the squid mid boss, like getting a slow kill, it's bad. Once you're through here, switch back to Water Wave and get this guy by just kind of mashing Water Wave on the edge here until it works. I got a very lucky 1-up drop here, but get these if you need them. And here, if your ladder game is on point, like if you can get on this and off it fast, do that. Because you can barely make it in front of this shield attacker. If not, wait for it to pass you by and then go down. This screen is pretty simple. Don't be too fast here, because then this shield attacker could become a problem, but generally it's pretty easy to do. Don't hesitate either, though. Just like, you need to find a good middle ground. Then it'll become pretty consistent. Again, rush jet across this. Drop off the bottom here. Make sure to be careful right here. You don't want to die in a stupid way right here. And make sure to be careful here. This section is stupid. I like to kill this ring with Buster and then wait for this. It's possible to make this, since this is a local cycle, consistently with optimal movement. Yeah. Oh yeah. So you'll have to be mindful of that when dropping off ladders. It's a bit finicky. You'll get used to it though. You have to be careful here. You can consistently make this because it's a local cycle, but it's really difficult. This tornado battery only goes until here. Like the left edge only goes until here, and then it immediately turns back, and it's very difficult to actually get. So I really like to wait for this one, and then just do 2 jumps and hopefully make it across in one piece. Here you can go above, but I think it's slower. What I like to do is use time slow right here, and then that'll set up that shield attacker to not hit you, and it'll set up this Colton right here to have a slow bullet right here that you can abuse to get on these spikes and rush that across. This might not be something you want to do starting out. It's probably recommended to like just let one shield attacker pass you by, or just use the time slow strat, jump across that shield attacker, but not do this, just wait for the tornado battery. This one can be really difficult to work with as well, but you probably want to put some practice into that strat if you do it. It's worth mentioning, this right here, this piece at the bottom, that is not solid collision. Do not try and land on that. You'll fall through, and you'll end up midway in the auto-scroller. I've timed it, and doing the auto-scroller on foot actually loses time because you'll need to do a large portion of it on Rush Jet. You should be somewhat low on ammo at this point, and it's just not worth it. So just go across here, Rush Jet right here, and this is already where the auto-scroller starts. You get a checkpoint right here. Try and drop off so that you don't get interrupted by this ledge. Then here, this... How in the world do you avoid this one? Just take a hit and be careful of the ledge clipping thing. Try to not die. If you need to make a suicide early at that one, at that checkpoint, do so, no shame. And this one in particular, if you like hit this shield attack at the same time you like pass by here, it can zip you up on top of this ceiling, which is very weird. Yeah, I guess maybe New Game Plus you could like skip this auto scroll and have it be worth it. But yeah, just try your best not to die. This one I like to try and catch mid-jump. Oh, not I guess that also works. And then, I like to remember, after this structure, it's done, and then I just hold right. Again, don't do any funny business, just let the game carry you onto the ledge. Just hold left. Swap the chill spike, and then we are at the boss fight. Centaur Man is a bit of a lock-based fight. He can teleport and waste time. What you want to see is him walking towards you immediately. If that happens, like, you want to come a little distance in here and throw chill spike like down here. You might even be able to throw like another one on the way, so like here and here for optimal iframe coverage, and then when he's here, just start stacking spikes on the wall while he's in iframes. It's like, that's slightly unoptimal, but it's honestly pretty good still, because it's just a good pattern. And then, as these go away, start stacking them on the wall, and whenever all of them are gone, refresh them while he's in iframes, so you don't waste any time hitting him with the blobs. That was a perfect pattern, pretty much. Wow. I am impressed, but nice one. Nice one. That's basically what you want to have happen. Let's take a look at Neve's Centaur Man fight. It probably gets a bit worse luck because that was perfect. Flooded Temple here. I guess I might as well let this play through. We'll probably see a couple of alternate strats right here. I'm pretty sure Neve does a suicide strat in like the main room, so let's just watch this through. Time slow right there. Okay. Yeah, gets this telly or a ring with Water Wave as opposed to Buster. I think we do the same strat right here. You can opt to just fly over the shield attacker instead, like between the pillars still, but I think it's slightly less optimal. Rush crawl up here. Then, I mean, obviously you don't need to bother with the detour if you're just gonna suicide anyway. Rush crawl up here. This room, yeah, same thing as ever. This is just how the stage should be played, I guess, so take notes, people. You can get up close and personal, I guess, if you don't care about your health, if you're gonna suicide net in the next room right here. So, there's the death, and now the cycle should be like perfect for the next screen, which is very convenient, as long as you have decent movement. It's like, okay, hold on, right there, I guess I'll chill this again. So, there were no fountains right here, but you can kill this one, it's kind of optional though, and you wanna wait at the top. You wanna wait at the top and then drop down as soon as this one goes away, switch to time slow, and then use it right there. And then from here on, you should have like the perfect cycle for everything. The shield attacker here just turned around, it's perfect for you to hit. So go back to Water Wave, or do that I guess. And then this one, like these should be about to stop. That shield attacker, as soon as you've taken it down, you can go. This one stops, these stop, it's just do this. Please do this strat, if you're considering running this game. It turns one of the hardest stages into a pretty doable one, once you've got everything else down. This is probably one of the stages that still needs like the most practice in general. It's just difficult naturally. Oh, you can do that. Nice. Huh. That is probably actually faster. Nice. So yeah, do that if you want, and yeah, probably don't do that starting out, but it's not that difficult either. It's frustrating if you miss the bullet though, and just die on the spikes. Then let's see what kind of pattern on Neve gets here on Centaur Man. Get to teleport. So, okay, what do you want to do when you get a teleport? When you get a teleport, you want to be all the way on the right, and by that I mean straight up against the wall, hugging it. Then as soon as Centaur Man starts materializing, not a moment earlier, or well, you want to plant spikes on it first, and then you want to go to the left, and then basically try and repeat the strat we did earlier. This is super unlucky. He didn't stay right there, so yeah. Back this up as best you can. Try and hit with the spikes and not the blobs. It can be difficult if you get bad luck. It can be really, really unfortunate, but try and just make the best of it. It's not that important in the grand scheme of things. There are much worse things that could happen in this level. That's that. Any more questions? Any more input? Oh yeah, it still is extra damage. Alright. Yeah, but you can see, like you saw in my PB, like the perfect pattern as opposed to what happened with Neve. There is a lot of variance that can come from just luck, so you should try and be prepared for any pattern. Okay. Let's move to the last entry actually, Breaking Ground. Alright, I might as well show this quickly because I don't think either of our PBs showed this. But to the left, if you want, there is an M tank right here in this hidden passage. How would one go about getting it? You would probably want to do... Difficult question. You probably would not want to do that. Super on the first shell spike. Oh, you mean like this? Okay, yeah. Listen to Neve. He knows what he's doing. I've never gotten this before. So do that. And then, yeah. Grab the M tank and it's right here. If you have E tanks, it'll be on the right side. This refills all your health and weapon energy. So yeah. This is the first super arm stage. You can grab these shell blocks in either state. You can grab this like wall block, and you can grab a couple others in the stage. So grab this if you like. It's useful against Quickman, but you do also get an E tank in the stage later on naturally. That's a very interesting thing to have on video. Nice. Weird engine quirks or whatever. Okay, that's a new one. Well, it's not very consistent. That's like probably the first I've seen it, but if something like that happens, blame it on this being like the Magmammal 2 dev kit. Probably even an early version of it. It's yeah. Alright, let's get into breaking ground. So, depending on how good your PC is, you may experience lag in all of the sections here that involve guts blocks more frequently. You'll probably start seeing it in a couple screens. Well, not for me, but for Neve. I'll show it later. For this one, just jump on it twice, that's all. This screen is a little weird, because this spring head can really get in your way. What you can do is like, so you land on this, jump once, that breaks, and then you stay here for a bit, and have the spring head move faster. They move faster when level with you. So you could stay here for a bit, I don't, which causes the spring head to get in my way. But basically you grab this, and then please do the strat that causes him to not be right there, because yeah, that happens otherwise. You really just need to like stay there for a tiny bit. You can throw this away really, but I think the fastest thing is to just get over here and get all the way down. It should be about the same speed as any other option. Here's where you might start getting lagged if your PC is bad. It's just the game is really unoptimized, so even if you do runs with that, you'll still be able to put up a good time. It's only here and Wily 3, I believe. So throw that away. This is a super unblock, so take it and throw it against the space mat that comes from here, because that's a spawner for some reason. Or don't and get hit, I guess. This is difficult. Probably don't do this. I'm doing a coil jet from the very bottom right here. There's only... Oh, okay. There's only, one block at the bottom right here, which makes this pretty tight. I often actually also miss this. But if you do it just right, you can do that. What I would probably recommend doing is, summoning a rush coil right here, and then, jumping on it, and in mid-jump, killing the space mat, and then just like going like here, 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 probably. I think that's the best thing to do. That room can be problematic if you don't get it perfectly immediately. Right here, just summon Rush Coil here and jump up. This is pretty easy. This guy is super fast, so try and jump quickly, but not a big deal if he hits you. Same goes right here. You can kill this one if you want with a Buster Shot, but it's not even necessary. This one, summon it right here, and then if your movement is good, you should just be able to go from here to here to here to here. If you want, you can summon Jet like mid-jump here and skip the spring head, but it's kind of risky because this is a 1-on base. A little chompy mouth will come out of here soon, so probably just do this. And yeah, this E-Tank, grab it if you want, it's super simple. Just here, 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 and then here. Just jump off this quickly as you jump on it the second time, or even jet across here. Do whatever. You might need it against Quickman. It's a very good idea to grab it. This level's boss has often caused runs to die. Right here, I guess you can do the intended thing. We'll just jump around here, but it's also pretty easy to just summon Jet in the middle of this 1-on base, and then just jump over like that. And then this room, this one really depends on how comfortable you feel with a bunch of different things. So this is, I think, the hardest and most hardest and most time-saving, fastest strat, which is to just drop down here, do a couple slide chains, and toss a chill spike on this guy with an A and B input, so jump and fire simultaneously. You want to like jump it just before the bullet hits you, and this is pretty tight. There is a high chance if you fire this just wrong, it'll land here, and it'll crack this, and you'll also crack this by jumping on it, and you might get hit by a potential third bullet right here, which this guy fires. and you just die. I would not recommend this starting out. What I would instead recommend is just staying right here and jetting over the entire thing. It's super easy. There is, however, also another potential strat that you can do. Let me see if Neef does it. Oh wait, no. Yeah, okay. So you can see the lag right there. I guess that could potentially make it easier, but no, he still goes for that strat. Okay. One still pretty easy but still faster strat than Jet that I can recommend is you just drop down here and you just slide chain like until about the middle, and when a bullet is about to hit you, you turn to the right, so you should get hit, knocked back to the left, and the block you're on should start getting cracked. So just keep on sliding to the left and jump through this guy and up here. It's very simple. Like when dropping down here, you only crack these two. So upon getting hit right here, like there's a slight bit of vertical knockback, so you'll crack these most likely, but you're never really in any danger of dying unless you really mess up. So it's that, it's this strat, or it's just jetting across, which is probably recommended. This room, just slide chain, and you should be able to make it across this, like this stretch and below the spring head, if you don't mess up the jump. Right, let me go back to... Actually, no, hold on, this is worth showing first. So this is our first auto-scroller in Breaking Ground. There's an interesting strat you can do right here, which Neef does, and that's to just stand on the edge of this Wanan base, which makes it not trigger, and then shoot all space meds coming from the left. The ones coming from the right will just assemble above you, because they're badly programmed or something, and you can just stand here and then have them all assemble above you and slaughter them at the very end. I actually haven't gotten consistent results with this, so I'll show what I do in a second, but yeah, this is definitely a strat that you can do. Then and then just have the entire army follow you as you go into the next screen. Alright. What I do here is very simple. I switch to Chill Spike. Sometimes I don't even, I guess I messed around with it here. And just kind of try and hit all of these while avoiding damage. I just kind of go back and forth and slaughter them as they come, I guess. It's really just whichever way you feel the most comfortable taking little to no damage. You can use this right here as a visual cue. When this about collides with like this part right here, you can start going to the left. That's a checkpoint screen right there. You want to switch to Water Wave right here. Jump on this twice. Then this screen you can skip entirely. In basically two ways. Either you have Chill Spike right here, and you throw some against this little ledge right here. They'll actually land and destroy this block. Or you can just do a jump onto here, and at the peak if you jump, use Water Wave, and that should destroy the block. And it just skips that entire room. There's something odd that can happen at the start of this auto-scroller, where you'll get, like, carried up on invisible collision. Don't panic if that happens. You can always save yourself, even if you, like, drop in on the right here. It looks very weird, but you're never in any danger of, like, soft-locking or whatever. What I like to try and do is just stay there for a while, try and snipe these, because sometimes if you hit them with Chill Spike, they just become frozen, but sometimes they also just drop off, and that's what you want to have happen for all four if possible. You can also keep refreezing one if you don't want to risk it just going off again, and then have it go up with you on your way, but yeah, It's like whatever you're more comfortable with, again. And hopefully the entire rest of the auto-scroller should just be completely free, and then as soon as these two match up, you can go and proceed right here. Now, let's see... Oh, really? Okay. Well, I guess if you try and get out of there, you should generally survive. Let's see what Neef does right here. Yep, that's a very basic strat to clean out the elevator, and then hopefully you shouldn't have to worry about anything anymore. You can get off of the left or the right side early if you like. But yeah, it's generally better to take care of spring heads first. Alright, you wanna have... What do you wanna have here? I wanna say you actually want to have time slow right here. I don't know what kind of strats Neve does right here. You can get you get a rig health refill right there, which is nice. Ah, okay, so this is like the old safe strat. Just like bury your way under this spring head. I like that strat. It has charm. Then jump across these. And then time slow right here. This is like a newer strat. Just destroy all these ice blocks and then back boost on this spring head if possible. Oh! Oh, you can just do that. Okay, do that. Don't try and back boost on the spring head. Yeah, and just get in there. Ah, okay, that's an optimization thing. Alright, yeah, do that. Very nice. And, yeah. You can also do time slow shenanigans right here. I think it's a little faster. You can do that and slide under that guy without... Or, hold on, I'm not showing the thing, am I? Yeah. Need to show that again. You can use time slow right here as well. And you'll be able to get under this guy just barely. And then I think it'll also like carry over into this screen and you can do this. Don't do whatever I did right there, do what Neve did earlier. And yeah, you have to jump right here in the boss corridor. You can't really hit this guy, so just keep that in mind, and then you should be fine. Now quick man. This is a super rough boss. You might need an E-tank or even the M-tank here. You want to do a mix of time slow and super arm right here. And thankfully the two are right next to each other, so... I like to start out with time slow to keep him in check. Because it does a lot on him, and it also depletes his health slowly. So then I break the block I start on. And I grab one of the two, depending on what kind of pattern he gives me, like high jump, far jump. I grab one and try to throw him at him immediately, and then it's kind of like down to what he does. There's a lot of randomness in this. Maybe? I don't know. I've never heard of that one. But practice this fight a lot, try and adapt. If you die here, it's pretty fatal, because you're probably gonna be out of time slow and low on super arm, and you probably have no E-tanks, so the run could very well die right there. It's good to put the stage early. I like to refresh time slow whenever it runs out. It's really nice to keep him in check, like I said. When I feel confident, I just throw blocks his way. Just make sure you don't like throw a block when you have one above you, because it'll shatter immediately and probably not hit the way you intended it, unless that is your strat, in which case go ahead. And yeah, you can see it depletes his HP slowly, and I didn't even really keep that in mind, so I lost some time right here on trying to get the element. But yeah, there is a bottom here, I think. Yeah, there's a bottom here, and it's covered with 1-on basis. Hopefully you should never reach it. if you do... Buster Cell also does a number on him. I think it's like 2 damage per hit. And keep in mind that you can fire the Buster while you have Time Slow active. And even like if you have Time Slow equipped, but you're out of it, you can still fire Buster shots with it, I think. So try your best to just survive. Super Arm does a lot. Time Slow does damage over time and keeps him in check really well. So try and make your most out of those. Let's quickly check how Neve's fight went here. So yeah, case in point, you can run this game with lag. And I suppose it makes Quickman slightly easier to keep in check still, but wouldn't recommend it. So yeah, just try your best to adapt to whatever pattern you may get. It needs a lot of practice, it needs some getting used to. Again, you can grab 2 tanks earlier to refill your health. And I don't know, if you need to flail around with Buster shots, do so. Sometimes it works like as a desperation thing. Yeah. Lag. It definitely plays a huge factor in Breaking Ground and Wily 3. You can still get a really good time without it. Like, starting out, you'll probably have like 30-minute times. But then you can work your way down to like really low 20s, even possibly sub 20, even with lag, so... yeah. That covers the 6 entry stages. Any more questions, any more input before we move on to the fortress stages? If so, again, say it now. Right. You won't have a stage select here if you're on a fresh file, obviously. That'll be another cue that you are on a fresh file. So yeah, you should now unlock the Pac-Man stage select. From here you go left, from here you go right, to get to Dr. Wily. You can skip the fortress opening cutscene by pressing start. And yeah, then we're ready to go with Wily 1. Alright, so Wily 1. This stage is pretty tricky if you go for the optimal strats, but I think it's a lot of fun if you just go for like medium strats, basically. You want to start out switching to Water Wave immediately. It's gonna be your best friend here. Get it to take care of that guy as well as this guy, mid-jump. That guy you don't really need to kill, you can just jump past him. Switch to Jet right here and summon it like here. And then... this guy can be a problem. What you can do is summon Jet a bit further back and then move it down. So you can kill him. You can do this and then do a really low hop over him. And then, you'll be able to get in before he throws that lightning. Or you can steer it up and, do a high jump to avoid it this way. I think this is the safest. Actually, I mean, you could wait for him to go all the way around and then kill him and then summon Jet and do that, but nah. I would suggest just waiting a bit, summoning Jet and then doing a high jump to get over the lightning and get in there. Switch back to Water Wave right here and kill this guy. It's not gonna matter optimally because you want to jump across this gap right here. But kill him just in case you fall in. Jump from here to here and kill the next guy, if you can. This one you could also kill, but there's not much point, so summon Jet again, and move on. You can either cancel Jet, or you can jump, and then cancel it. It's whatever you're more comfortable with. But you want to get as much slide time on ledges as possible, generally speaking. Kill this guy mid-jump. Be careful about hitting him. If you do a full height jump and you hold forward, you can hit him. It should never be fatal, but it's just a thing you should be aware of. These guys, you cannot hit this guy with a full jump this time. So, you can do a full jump to the right, and then near the end, you can use a water wave, and it's, depending on how far right you use it, it's only gonna kill this guy, or it's gonna kill both. But it's not really gonna matter, because he's pretty much as far over to the left as possible. And so if you hug this wall and hold right, you should never even collide with him. I did something where I didn't expect to kill him and turned around to back damage boost. So you can take this slow if you like, but generally I find this is a pretty safe approach. Summon Jet right here again and kill this guy walking on the ceiling. Nice one-up drop. This, you have several ways to do it. You can use this count bomb and do a sort of ledge jump up here, which skips you this entire room, or you can like go here, you can wait a bit, kill this guy probably, wait until this guy's over here and then just coil up here and move on. It's generally recommended you do this. It's not very difficult, but if you miss it and the count bomb is gone, then just coil up here, I guess, instead of doing this on the left side. This room, please just jet and be done with it. I've tried to find some strats with damage boosting here. Generally, you don't want to have any of that. That's very weird. Okay. Yeah. I guess this room also tests your reaction skills. But really, when you're fast enough on that, you can just jet across here. You might get hit by the lightning. If that happens, swap off of jet and just slide and jump here. It's... Don't try and do anything too fancy. This guy, just buster him down with some shots as you come across these. It only takes 4 shots, so you can like space them out if you like. You don't really need to stop. This, you can jet across this, but there is no point, because if you slide right here and hold left, then as you like fall, like you want to drop off this ledge, and then before you hit the spring, you want to hold jump, and then just holding left, I actually started right there, but that's unnecessary. Holding left, with big, small, big bounces right here, will safely get you here. Wait, hold on, what do I do here? Okay, I don't do the old strat. There is a strat where you grab this super on block and use it in the next room, but it's very bad and stupid and nobody should ever do it. So you can do that. If you're comfortable losing some health, you can back boost on it, unlike these count bombs, by just staying right here and facing to the right. But I like to preserve health for the boss generally. Here it's kind of unavoidable. Like you could go down here, but you'd still have this guy to deal with, and it's just not worth it to try and skip the damage here. Oh, I guess? Yeah, you could kill the lightning lord and potentially this guy. But I think the count bomb's reflected, so it will be difficult. The next room is a tough one. And it's the last one before the boss corridor as well, so... The optimal strat which I do is make sure you're on jet right here. And then as you come in, mash jet. Mash for your life. You want it to come down as early as possible. Then a small bounce will get you on it right here. And then you steer it up, you kill this guy with 3 shots. And you want to trigger these count bombs that then drop onto the cloud below. Cancel Rush Jet and get back on it. And then as soon as they are like about to explode, summon Rush Jet here again, jump on him, and make your way back in there. This is a pretty difficult and precise strat, and it's easy for it to go wrong. So I'm pretty sure Neve also does this, so I might as well. If you have the super unblock from here, you can use it to kill. If you immediately throw it, you'll probably just kill this guy, maybe him. You can use it to kill this guy as well. If you like, he can be a nuisance too. But I would generally just recommend taking him out first with bullets. And then using Rush Jet and try to not get hit by him. Like try and have it spawn low the way I did here. Get onto it with a small bounce, big if you need to and if you think you can make it. And then just trigger the count bombs, fall onto the cloud as it's like down here, and just wait. Wait for it to circle around and then go up here. You might be able to summon Jet right here when the platform's like right here and save a little time, but you really don't want to die here. It's a really difficult room. Just find something you're consistent with. So yeah, switch to Water Wave, die here if you need to, press 2, press the suicide hotkey, get your health back, and go into the boss fight. This one is tough. You wanna... Well, no, okay. I'm gonna go over my strats again first. These are fast, but also potentially really difficult strats. For the fast kill, you want to summon Rush Coil pretty much immediately. You want it to be like, somewhere about here. And then I slide to the right, I slide to the left, and they shoot at me twice. And then I jump, and I try to hit these 2 bombs right here, next to his health bar. And then I go back, and I go forth again, and I summon Rush Girl again, and then as these are about to explode, I jump up, and I just barely make it past him, so I'm on his right side as he goes to the right, and I swap to Water Wave, and then I can get a couple hits in with damage boosting. So this is kind of scary. But you can get in, I think, potentially up to 4 hits with like perfect execution on that. Because you can like get hit by the exploding bombs right here and like get onto the bombs here fast. Then if you're really good, you could probably get 4 hits. I got 2. 3 is like a good average to shoot for that strat, but yeah, it's really, you don't have to do this at all. You can wait for that to just go by, activate the bombs as you need to, and then here, you can also get damage on this staircase, but you can also just ignore this attack if you don't like it. What I want to do is I want to climb the staircase, get one hit in on the way up, and then I want to jump over him, drop a Water Wave, and then if he's already down to 1 HP, I want to jump back, get the last hit in. If not, I want to drop down here, activate this bomb, and then pretty much use it as my central base of operations for the final hits. Because it just stays there in the air, you can jump on it, and he'll pass you by a few more times. So you can get nice Water Wave hits in on it. So he dies right here. And the element always spawns like somewhere here in the middle, at the top. You don't have to do any of that, because after that attack he starts coming down in the middle, and he's open for a bunch of hits. You just try and get at least some hits in on like the staircase attack, but you can also take it really slowly if you want. It's not that bad, like it's really just a couple seconds, so let's try and see what Neve does right here. See if it's any more reasonable. Yeah, kind of a similar strat. Yep. You can also just do that. Just jump on the bombs as soon as you can. You can probably get a hit in. Try and get some hits on the staircase right here. Activate a bomb if you can. Then you can use it. Like, if you get one early, you can use it for like 1, 2, 3 hits. And then when he comes down, you can get a lot of hits in. He'll eventually do like a shockwave across the ground that you need to jump over if you have low health, but you should be able to get a lot of hits in right there. Hopefully by then you'll have him dead. And yeah, collect the element and move on to Wily 2. Alright. Now, Wily 2. Let's change the background music. Oh, hold on, okay, I should show this. Sometimes when you reset the game, this happens. And there is no text whatsoever. It's not a big deal if this happens because nothing is actually affected by it. But, I don't know why it happens. It's just a thing. It doesn't really matter, but it's a thing you should be aware about, I guess. So yeah, Wily 2. Wily 2 is... let's see... oh wait, I don't have this open. Wily 2... you want to start off by switching 2 left to coil, and then immediately spawning 1 to your right. It'll show you're on Water Wave right here, but that's actually not true. You are on Buster, as you should be, and then 2 to the right will get you to Rush Coil. So spawn 1 right here, try and like hug this as you go up, so this guy doesn't hit you. And then just jump from the Spark platform immediately to the exit. I guess you can do a coil jet if you're feeling really cool. It's not worth it, I don't think. This is an auto-scroller. Just learn how to not die in these. That's the only thing that matters. Go slowly here. I like to wait on this and then use Rush Jet at the last moment. And then navigate it for this. And then I want to get up on this as soon as possible. Get back to Buster and kill the thing from the ceiling that's like right here in a moment. And then switch to Water Wave and immediately kill the Colton. Because else that section can actually kill you. If you're at any point like you're too slow, you can just get crushed by these walls. It's not pleasant. Again, same thing here. I like to wait and then someone rushed it at the last moment. And this time I go just beneath the ceiling and then all the way up, shooting the guys as I go, and then I can fly over this Colton and the screen transition is right here, pretty much. So it's not completely optimal, but it's pretty much the best you can do. I guess there is this E-Tank if you like. You can get it from here on the previous screen, you can slide through that. If you need it, you shouldn't generally in this stage, but I guess you can grab it, it's an option. Yeah, just go up here. Don't try and cut this like too tight. Don't try and jump off too early because you might die. Or you might just fall down all the way, which is potentially... no, not really worse. So just do this at a fast pace, but don't try to rush it. This is another auto-scroller. I find this one simpler. So just learn it and know where you should Buster, know where you should Water Wave. You always want to use Water Wave against the Coltons. Try and kill things before they become an issue. I'll mention this ahead of time. Don't use Rush Jet against Cloud Flyers, or when they are like in your general way. Because that'll make the game throw, oh, okay, I see. Super. That'll make the game throw an error message. A lot of error messages, actually. You can ignore them and continue on, but obviously it wastes time and if you have it happen to you while you don't know about it, it's very, very weird. This right here, the ladder's right here. So you can go for a slide jump right here. I think I get it. Yeah. But, there's a Colton right here who's gonna shoot you if you fail it. And, this is not easy. So, what's probably best to do is like wait here until the Colton has fired a bullet. And then, jump on here and then go up to the ladder. Because I've died so many times in this section, and it's not pleasant. It's like you botch the jump, you land on the bullet, the platform goes up, but you get thrown off of it, and like you go forth, you go try to kill the Colton, and then you get knocked back by him. The platform comes down and crushes you, and you die. And it's super stupid. It's the worst. So. You should probably starting out just wait here until one bullet passes and then, drop on here. For Coltons, it's worthy to note, they can only have one bullet on screen at a time. So there won't be a new one until this one is like all the way across the screen. For this section, I'm pretty sure Neve does like wildly different strats here, but, this is the strat I found to work best for myself. I use Water Wave mid-jump right here, try and kill this guy. It's not important if it fails, just jump up, do it again, and kill that ring. Jump across these, make sure to jump over this ring and drop the Water Wave. And then avoid the Cloud Flyer. Honestly, it really doesn't matter if you make mistakes here. Most of the time you can recover. Similar thing here, drop a Water Wave onto these guys from above, and then use one to kill this Colton and the other dude, and then try and get it here as quickly as possible because that triggers the transition to the next auto-scroller. Let's look at what Neve does right here. Should be something different. Okay. See if he gets the jump as well, because it's interesting to see what happens if you do not. Oh yeah, I like to, hold on, I like to bait out this guy right here on the ceiling. I like to bait him out super early by like doing a jump like this and then pulling back. And that'll cause him to like fall down against the platform and just explode, and then he's not a threat anymore. You can also do that, I guess. Yeah, okay, fails it. Doesn't get punished badly here, but trust me, that Colton can ruin your day. Alright, so here's a different approach to this section. Be careful with Rush Jet on the Cloud Flyers, again. You may have little ammo left by this point because of the earlier usage, but yeah. Try and find what works best, and that was close. What works best for you, try and see what you can get consistent at. Maybe come up with something on your own. Yeah. Then just drop down here as fast as you can. Alright. You need a fully fresh Water Wave to kill this Colton. Saying. Get that one out of the way as soon as possible because there's no ceiling. So drop down here, and there is a strat. There's something really weird where you don't actually die if this reaches the top with you on it. You just fall behind the auto-scroll and it drops you eventually, but it's not something I would suggest doing. You can look it up in the world record video if you like. But try and activate this one as soon as you're confident that ceiling will be gone by the time it reaches it, and drop down below. Not a big deal if you go too early. Try your best to keep up with the auto-scroller. It can be tight. Water Wave right here. Don't rush chat right here, because you might error. Because of this Cloud Flyer. Just jump over him. Take the Spark platform. And again. And just climb down here. Don't bother with these guys. And here, this section always feels like super unoptimized. But, by far the easiest and safest thing to do is get in a charge up between these two. And then kill the Colton with the 3 bullets. Kill the Colton with the 3 bullets left, because it has 6 health, and it's really hard to do with anything else, so... There's like a weird zip you can do with the spark lifts on the ceiling, it's very weird. I wouldn't recommend doing anything but this. There's like potential time slow strats as well, but no, please just stick to what happens right here. Do this with a charge shot or 3 lemons, it doesn't really matter. But when you're absolutely sure everything is out of the way, you don't want to die here, just make it across. Alright. Cloud Devil, the boss. What you want to do here? You want to... Yeah, okay, a weird thing happened to me right here. You want to jump over this and get on here immediately. And then something weird happened right here where I got zipped back. It's weird, but you want to go up here and then you want to start planting shield spikes on the right wall. And then you're gonna get knocked back, but you should hug the wall and then not be knocked off the spark lift. So plant as many as you can, and then hopefully it'll be enough to kill him. If not, another strat that you can do that's very fast is like, if you see you're 1 hit off, you can hop onto the middle spark lift, and you can hop up here and do a blob on him. And I think it actually does pretty much the same damage, and it should kill him. And then you'll actually immediately grab the element, which spawns right here. I actually don't know if it's the exact same damage on like Blob versus Spike here. But let's see what Neve does. Oh, there's a time slow strat right here, okay. Yeah. I don't think it really saves any time. Maybe, I guess I can make it easier. Do whatever you like. Drop this 4, okay. Well, 6, 12... Yeah, okay, so then it still adds up. It's like 6, 12, 18, 24, and then it doesn't matter if you do 6 or 4, because it's only 28. So you can do 4 spikes and then 1 glob in the middle. Cloud Devil's not gonna move anytime soon, unless you like take really long, so... yeah? Try and do either of those strats and then just pick up the element in the middle. Oh, okay, huh. Well, maybe one day we'll find like a really good recommended strat for that. That is the second to last stage, only 1 remains. Any more questions? I haven't received any in a long time, but else we'll just move on to Wily 3. Should be a pretty short one even. Maybe time slow into rush check. It could be a bit risky if you don't have the Colton down yet and the Cloud Flyers are still there, but maybe. Maybe we'll find something out after this tutorial's all done and recorded, and then, I don't know, I'll probably make a video about it. But alright, let's move into Wily 3. Might as well change the music again. Or wait, I think I forgot to. Yeah, just brought me to Wily 1. Forgot to actually press 3. Alright. Wily 3. The laggy one. Alright, so, right off the bat there is an important strat right here. This is super easy and super consistent, anyone should do it. Hold, like, don't hold anything, upon starting out right here. And just let the game carry you through the first 2 screens. Then on this screen transition, start holding right. And then that will always perfectly carry you past these spikes and across these 2 right here. And you'll always grab this E-tank. It barely loses any time and it's very nice to have. It's even like, you collect some ammo right here, so that kind of slows you down. So you probably break even getting the E-tank. Swap to Super Arm, get that one out of the way. I'm pretty sure right path is faster. Throw it away and get ready to do short slides and then pickups a lot. You can slide with Super Arm blocks here, which is very nice. So do that. You might experience a lot of lag in this stage, but just press on through. You can grab this barrel right here and throw it against the next enemy, but I like to water wave and get rid of the bottom one actually. Then pick up this tiny barrel and throw it against him, which somehow kills him. I don't know how it's enough damage, but yeah. Left path. Yeah, okay. So yeah, you can use a lot of the background object too as well. So grab that barrel, toss it against him. It's a pretty easy throw. Then continue on. I like to grab that one on the screen transition and immediately throw it against this frog. But you should also be able to just kill him with this one technically if you don't do that. Yeah, the small frogs might follow you around a lot. You may get hit by a lot by the fires from above. Just don't worry about it. It's just bound to happen. It's basically guaranteed. I'm pretty sure they're random to an extent as well. This I want to point out. This right here. Do not try to slide across this. Again, you cannot slide across 1-tile gaps in this game. Jump over that. Set up for it if you need. Or take damage from this guy and then fall in and jump out again. Do whatever you feel you need to get across here without dying. Then, you pretty much want to follow the paths I take for here, I think. So, you start out by grabbing the top one here, then top one here, then make your way through the middle as they come. Get rid of all the guys in the way. Grab the top one here twice, and then again middle as they come. And this croaker, I can never really kill it. This block never kills it, and nothing else hits it on the way, so I actually try and swap to Water Wave right here, which is 2 swaps over, and try to kill it, but it's really tight to do in the time, and it's like hard to even save time with it. Just take the damage boost, really. You're gonna get a health refill right after. Here the lag should hopefully end, if it has been happening so far. Equip Super Arm again, going into the teleporter. And right here, I often find that what I had mentioned at the very beginning of the run, with your controls being locked up in Nauseous Greenhouse, happens again. So like, I do a couple taps to the right, and then start sliding and grab this one. I actually think... No, okay. I still grab it. So you can grab that, you can have a second one against Wily Machine if you want. Or you can like slide down here and then jump, grab this one, and jump off of this one up here, which is a bit faster. If you feel you only need 1 E-tank. Alright, Wily Machine. the first phase is pretty hard to optimize. Fire Water Wave immediately, and then get as close to the spikes here as possible. Then, as soon as it hits him, cancel it out and fire it again. That's basically the gist of it. I've toyed with the idea of just going down here, taking damage from Wily constantly, just doing the back forth, canceling kind of like on Top Man, but he just does too much damage even with 2 E-tanks, I think. That's an accidental time slot, don't do that. So yeah, sometimes when you get knocked back from the stars right here, don't really bother avoiding the ones from below. You can even get closer for a moment and throw water waves from here, but really, just try and keep the flow going and don't take too much hits. You can also opt to just not to cancel them out at all and just only press the fire button. But it's not very difficult to do at least a handful of cancels just standing there. You don't really need to press anything technically. If you're standing near the spikes facing the right, just do your weapon swap stuff and then fire. On this transition, you want to look at the background and use this pink bar as a visual cue. You want to be somewhere in the middle, anywhere from here to here is really fine. But you want to be there because you'll immediately drop down in the middle here, which is super important for the strat on this phase. There's a really easy thing that you can do that I would recommend anyone to do. Just, as soon as his health bar fills up, fire 1 chill spike immediately to the right, and fire 1 more, fire 3 more over to the left here. You should be able to fire 3 immediately because I think he consumes that one immediately. So fire 3 right here and then just tank the hit. E-tank if you need to. You're gonna get a health refill right here shortly. So there are 3 spikes right here. Yeah. With the heal, get hit by all of them, and then as soon as he does, stand here again and throw chill spikes. What am I? No, that's not the strat. This is an old strat. Just as soon as he even starts consuming them, you can start throwing chill spikes on the right. I think you might want to wait a little, but you want to have a pile of 3 chill spikes here eventually, and he'll get hit by all of them again and just die very quickly. So that's what you want to do. It's actually very simple. Just 1 to the right, 3 left, and 3 right. And you'll take hits in between. You can position yourself right here at the end to grab the health drop immediately. But you could also just rely on your 1 or 2 E-tanks. So grab that, switch to Super Arm. This phase is lock dependent. You want to grab this block first, for sure. And then throw it away against this one to have it break open and hit Wily. Then grab the other one, turn around immediately, do the same thing. Don't go too fast or else you'll hit him in iframes, which is bad. So grab those, and then as soon as you grab the last one, new ones start falling. So at this point it's like a game of luck, how quickly you can grab these. You can defeat these cutters by just touching them with the blocks, like when they drop above you or when you throw it against one. Try your best not to get a hit, try your best to just get these hits in quickly. It's not a difficult phase, but oh yeah, if a block drops on top of you, it'll just chatter, so don't worry about that. I guess use an E-tank if you need to from the cutters. Make sure you have time slow equipped before... Make sure you have time slow equipped before going into the final phase, and again, you're gonna want to use a specific visual cue to line it up. So you wanna once again look at the pink bar right here when things clear up, or like even really before things start like going to white. And you wanna be... So basically there's going to be this, and then like one empty tile, and then there's a block. Right here. You wanna land as far right as possible on this, like right on this edge. So you wanna fall like somewhere here optimally. I'm a bit far to the left, but it's not a big deal. So you wanna like have this one tile of space and then just move a little to the left. So you can stand a bit further right here, and then as soon as his health bar fills up, just mash the ever-living hell out of your fire button. This is a mash fest. Get as close to the edge as you can. If your mashing is good enough, you'll be able to deplete its last HP before it throws out its first big rock, which is like the first big obstacle in this fight. And yeah, last hit on Wily is time, so that's the entire run. This phase can be quite tricky. If your mashing is not exactly on point, he'll throw out like a huge rock and you'll need to mash through it, and then you might get thrown off because you might think you're already done, and it's weird. You don't want to have it happen. So keep that in mind, but do your absolute best mashing from the closest possible position. Really? Okay. Well, then try and shoot around it. By that point, you should have very little HP left. So you can jump and try and get through the smaller rocks and just get that last HP or 2 in. And yeah. Don't worry about splitting. You can always look in the video when exactly Wily's HP hit 0. So in this case, like I split at 19 something, but you can actually see in my PB video that it's I hit the kill at 1859, like 75 or something. So yeah, that is make a good 24-hour Mega Man level. Again, I guess you can use an E-Tank if you need to for the very last phase. You don't get any more than 2, but 2 should carry you through that entire fight very well. So yeah, let's take a look at what Neve's PB does and how it handles this boss. I'm pretty sure Neve actually does my better strat, so I botched it. Aw, man. This is basically how you want the fight to look, though, as a general rule of thumb. Again, like you can make some strats easier. I would highly recommend doing the Nitro phase this exact way, though. 1 there, 3 right there, and then E-Tank, then yeah, that's not it. That's not really what you want to do. You just want to throw them on the right side. Oh, and then yeah. Oops. Hopefully Wily should be down. This phase is again lock dependent. So just do your best. Make sure you get comfortable with all the super arm inputs. You can control Mega Man as normal when this is happening. Like, your movement is not restricted by the blocks. That is a very good position to fall down on. Good visual cue, and then mash the ever-living hell out of Wily. Yeah, that is exactly how you want it to look. And that's it. That is the speedrun of Make a Good 24-Hour Mega Man level. At like an entry level, if you don't do like a lot of the difficult strats, you might die occasionally, you might have some really stupid mistakes. A good like first time is like 30 minutes, but you can easily get it down further. The current world record time is 1849. My own PB is only 10 seconds off, and Neves, who is playing with a lot of lag, has a 2010. So you can really go low in this game. You can, I always like to say this, you can beat 24-hour in less than 24 minutes. And I honestly find it's a very fun speedrun. Like, it's really easy to get into. There's a lot of cool stuff happening despite the limited weapon set that you do have, and Yeah. If you want like an example full run, there has been a full run at Fangame Marathon 2021 recently. So you can watch that with a little bit of live commentary as well. But I'm pretty sure I've already went over everything that's relevant today. So are there any further questions? Anything people would like to comment on or no? It's pretty easy to get into. Maybe if there is interest, we could even hold races in this soon. It's just sometimes like when the idea of races is brought up, I always like to bring this one up, cause it's super short and easy, but people are still scared, never having done it, so now I guess there's a little resource. I think this is also the first like major resource and like guide on speedrunning a MagMammal game that's like actually super in depth. There are Cheese's IL videos for MagMammal episode 0 if you want to learn that game. But there's never really been a full-on guide, so here you go. I think anyone can speedrun 24-hour, and yeah. I look forward to hopefully seeing people run this more. Oh, yeah, there's a sequel game to this one in development, Make a Good 48-hour Mega Man level, which is going to be significantly harder for people to get into as a speedrun, because instead of like 9 stages, it's gonna have like 110 or so, of which we're only gonna need to do like 70-80, I assume, but that's like already MagMammal episode 0 levels of length. The reason I like this game is it's super short, 9 stages, like I said, and it's really easy to get into. But yeah, I guess if anyone who's watching this is somehow not in the MagMammal Discord, you can do !MagMammal, which will lead you to the main MagMammal website, and there you should find a link to this game, among all the other games, if you're more interested in speedrunning those. And you should also find a link to the MagMammal Discord, I believe, the MagMammal free one. There's a dedicated speedrun channel in there, and if you come in there and you have any questions about this run or any MagMammal run, a lot of people, including me, will be very willing to answer any questions and yeah, just help you get started if you wanna do some MagMammal speedruns. I think the series as a whole has some very fun games to speedrun, because you get all your weapons off the bat, and it's basically what got me into Mega Man speedrunning. There's even just ILs you can do for all the levels, tracked with in-game leaderboards. Just not for this one. Alright. I believe that is all I've had to say, if no one else has any further questions. So, I'll cut the tutorial here. I might do another one like this at some point in the future, when I feel like I have the time for it, because these 9 stages took almost 3 hours to cover, but who knows, I might do it on a stage by stage or like tier by tier basis rather. But yeah, if you're watching this at some point in the future, don't hesitate to join the MagMammal Discord. There'll probably not have been that much that changed about this game, and so you are free to get into speedrunning this game with this guide or any of us with resources we can provide you with in the Discord. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching.